Welcome back to Uthanax Legion, a division of the Kolat Information Network. Today's episode, we are going to review the Cleric Actions from Into the Accordlands. Previous episodes uh, are linked down below in the description. Um, so we have a lot of cards to go over. There's 22 cleric-only actions. So let's get started. First up is Close Wound. Um, this is a level 1 cleric action, common, spend order. Targets your character within 1 rank. Heal, remove a wound from the target. The target gains plus 1 HP this turn. Okay, so this card is a new card, and it's only effective on characters with 2 or more hit points. Um, that's that is important because a lot of the cleric actions that we're used to in ancients are more about let's give this let's prevent the wound, or let's um, give a character plus 1 hit point for the turn, etc., just to extend its life. Now, granted, this does the same thing. It does try to extend the life of a character. However, it is less useful because of the situations that you have to deal with. Um, I'm as of currently, this is only good against 2 and 3 HP characters and above. Since that is the case, it's going to be difficult for for this to see a lot of play, whereas some of the wound prevention cards would actually be. Next up is a reprint. This is Courage from Faith. It is a level 2 common cleric action. Order unstun target character. Um, this is reworded slightly, but it's the same effect previously. Unstunning a character can be very helpful, um, especially if you're falling characters forward intentionally, trying to break. I won't say break ranks, but get them to the front ranks very quickly. Uh, we also have some of this on characters as well, but having some redundancy if you have a lot of bigger, higher level characters would probably not be bad. So I could see this being played, um, particularly if you're not a dwarf player. Next up is also a reprint. This is Divine Barrier. This is a level 2 cleric action, a common. React. After target character targets this character with a melee strike, perform a melee strike against the target. With this being at react speed, um, you uh, you get the ability to potentially uh, knock out the opponent's character before their strike goes through. Um, so can be very impactful at literally canceling your opponent's strike. Now this is a react that does not spend the your character, so that is also very important, as you get to strike their character, potentially knocking it out, and your character's still standing to do another attack or spend order. Uh, uh, this could be good um, in a small card meta. Um, I have played it before. It's a really good card. Um, the drawback is, of course, that you're a cleric that's striking back instead of like a fighter or a rogue potentially. So there's definitely um, some chances that it may not go through. But it's still a good action. Okay. So speaking of effective um, actions, so we have this is a rare Divine Respite. It's a level 4 cleric action. Roll order. Target your other character. 1 through 9, unstun the target. 10 through 19, ready the target. 20, ready the target. It gains +4 attack and AC this turn. Okay, so um, um, if we go back to Courage from Faith, the level 2 action that automatically unstuns the target. Right? Divine Respite at a bare minimum unstuns the target, but on a on a 10 through 20, you get to completely ready the character, which is way better than Courage from Faith. Uh, hmm, Obviously, most of the time you're going to be playing this with your Warlord, majority of the time. And this doesn't spend the character either. So you can fall a big character forward. Know that you're going to at least get to unstun the character, but you could also potentially get to ready the character as well, letting you get an attack in, which is crazy. Really good card. And you can see the power level increase we're looking at here. Next is Earth and Embrace. This is another level 4 cleric action at rare. Spend order. Heal each character in play. For each character healed this way, your target character gains +3 skill this turn. So for me, this is a really interesting action for like ancient decks where you've got more characters to have. Um, 2 hit points and 3 hit points, where you can do something like this. You can spend your warlord and heal everybody. Um, Now, I don't know how many characters you're going to get have wounded in a turn in that format. Um, I don't fully know. I don't fully foresee this card seeing a lot of play in Saga at the moment. I really see it as an alliance card, or which could be really good there, or potentially even an ancients card. All right. Um, Epic Judgment. This is the legendary level 5 cleric action. Um, it is a radiant action. So it is a roll order. 1 through 9, banish target level 1 character. 10 through 19, banish target level 1 or 2, level 1 or level 2 character. 20, choose a level 1 or 2, then wound each opposing character of the chosen level. So, this is one of those cards that really stands out to me for Cleric in this format. Um, there are a lot of powerful actions that they have printed into the Accordlands. Um, I really think Cleric is among the strongest. Um, and this is one of the reasons why. Um, if you did not watch um, the um, the Saga event um, for this last month, that was won by Chris Vack. Um, uh, Adamant was crazy, and he's running this epic judgment. I looked at this and I was like, my goodness. Um, it was just crazy. Um, it was you get to banish at least something. Um, a lot of people are trying to put hard to hit, hard to deal with level 1 characters in play, and so you may not get rid of them all on turn 1 or turn 1 and 2. Being able to just straight up banish one at the very least is super powerful. Being able to get a level 1 or 2 if you get lucky in that regard is just nuts. Beware of this. This is a really good card. Next is Fate Shift. This is a level 3 Cleric Action at Uncommon. Spend React. Before target character suffers wounds, reveal the top card of your deck. Reduce the wounds by 1. The target gains a bonus to AC equal to the level of the card revealed this way this turn. I'm sorry, this is not a uncommon, it's a rare. Anyway, let me. So this is wound prevention. It is a level 3 action, and it is a spend react. Um, this is one I have not seen play yet in the few Saga events um, that I've seen so far. So this is one that's going to be a little harder to gauge. Um, um, for support cleric warlords, where you're not attacking, you're usually using this as a buff or a way to protect your characters. Depending on how many spin racks you have in your deck, this is um, a pretty decent card. But you have to also mitigate the spin reacts, right? That's kind of important there. Next is a reprint, an extremely strong reprint uh, from toward the end of the AEG run that was reprinted in 4th edition. Final Blessing. This is a level 2 cleric action that's an uncommon. Uh, React. After target character pays the costs of an action to retrieve cards from a discard pile, cancel the action, the target suffers a wound. React. Before target character suffers wounds, the target gains +1 hit points. All right, so the top action was really designed for uh, recursive based decks, particularly elves, necromancer, etc. being able to cancel the action and the target suffering wound is really good. Um, the um, the other action is sort of um, a simple protection action. It grants it +1 hit points for the rest of the turn. So you know the character is dying, um, unless you have a way to heal it, but you get to keep it living longer in this case. Um, so it is um, sort of a potential pause button. Let's get through this turn and see what happens. Uh, it's a very good card, one you're going to see a lot of. Next is another reprint. This is Gift from Above. It's a level 3 action at common. Order. Target character gains a bonus to attack and AC equal to this character's level this turn. This is kind of a great card for support clerics. Um, it lets you buff another unit very easily, um, especially if you're doing uh, targeting. You get to target another. You can target your own warlord to buff itself, or you can target another character to give it, um, you know, your warlord's attack and ace uh, or level 5 bonus from that. It's been played in other formats, older formats. In the past, I expect to see it played in here in Saga. Holy Might. This is an uncommon level 4 cleric action. Order, target a character. The target gains your choice of either +3 attack or +3 AC this turn. Heal the target. Again, this is another classic card that's been reprinted for Saga. Um, I have I've seen this played in various environments. Um, Again, this is really good for um, particularly in decks where um, you get the heal effect as well as the other bonus. So when you've got multiple uh, hit point characters to heal, it's you get to use all of its staying power. Um, Next is Invoke the Storm. This is a rare level 5 cleric action with the lightning trait. Spend order. Put a Stormlord character token into play, ready into your first rank. It is a level 5 evil Deverinian Storm Wraith fighter with the stats +7, +7, lightning damage, attack, 8 armor class, +7 skill, 3 hit points, planar, and at the end of the turn, kill one of your Deveranian characters. This was a card that was in the Gen Con 2023 preview decks. Um, it was extremely powerful, and it kind of played like the old cards, like Avatar of Core. You put something humongous into play on the front rank, and yes, you have to pay the piper at the end of every turn to keep it around. Usually, like some games, you only keep it around turn. Other games, you keep it around for a couple of turns and it just wreaks havoc. Um, I expect that you will be seeing this played as well. Although right now, there is a lot of there is a lot of focus on Deveranian on the some of the other Deveranian non-cleric characters. So um, we'll see. We'll see where this fits in. But it's incredibly powerful card. Course Patience is another reprint. This is a level 2 um, cleric action lightning trait. Um, it's an uncommon. Order, perform a +5 range strike that stuns instead of wounds. At at various times, it's like I've seen this card played. Um, at various times, being able to do a +5 range that stuns can mess up your opponent's ranks, so it does a very good job of that. Um, no, I haven't seen so far any uh any decks that have experimented with this one yet, but I do expect to see um I do expect to see a bunch of this get used at some in Saga. Next is Natural Ally. This is a common level 2 cleric action with artwork by Jason Engel. Spend order. Put an animal token into play within 1 rank. If this character is a druid, survey. Look at the top 2 cards of your deck, then put any number of them at the top or the bottom of your deck in any order. So, um, the so um, the animal token, which is referenced on Wuzan Wolf Spirit, is a level 2 good classless beast character with a +2 physical attack, 8 armor class, +0 skill, and 1 hit point. So I will say that um, uh, in older formats, the figurines that become characters, or you have certain spells like we had with Avatar of Core or with Invoke the Storm, have at times been very important to be able to continue to put extra characters in play when you may have jammed all of the characters that you legally are allowed to play in your deck, which is 25. Um, and so I definitely could see a card like this um, being played in Saga to sort of mess with that ratio of, hey, I have extra, I get extra characters, and maybe you run out, we get there. We'll see. The druid text is just extra, but it's kind of neat. Pious Rebuke. This is a level 3 cleric action with the radiant key trait, rare. Spend action. Before target opposing character performs a melee strike, the target must succeed with a will save. DC 10 plus a character skill, or the strike is canceled, and the target performs a melee strike against a character in their army. Um, so uh, uh, basically, you're getting to mess with your opponent's characters. DC 10 plus this character's skill. Um, let's say if um, if it's at least your warlord, you're probably looking at anywhere from 8 plus skill, particularly for cleric. So DC 18 or higher. This very much uh, can get this canceled, and then you get just to tell that character you're going to attack your own character. Kind of dumb. Um, I'm kind of surprised that I haven't seen this card either. Um, because you start forcing them to roll basically a 20 or bigger is very strong, and you basically get into control the action there. Next is another reprint, um, Quick Shielding. This is a common level 1 cleric action with React. After target character within 2 ranks is targeted with a strike, this character gains a bonus to armor class equal to this character's level this turn. Again, this is another protection spell designed to mess with your opponent's combat. Uh, while it's not quite um, um, prevent a wound, it is still making it very difficult for your opponent to um, get a hit through with like a lower level character. Um, so so I do like it. And one you're going to see a good amount of uh, during the early stages of Saga. Its counterpart is Quick Strength, also a common level 1 cleric action that is a reprint. React, before target character within 2 ranks makes a melee strike roll, the target gets a bonus to armor class, or to attack, equal to this character's level. So this is the buff action rather than defensive action. Um, Again, this is an action that we have seen played from time to time, but uh, in different lower level, power level formats. And I would not particularly, I would expect in early Saga to see the same thing here. Next is another new card. This is Resurrection. This is a common level 3 cleric action. Is a spend order. Discard a card. Target an equal or lower level character in your discard pot. Put this card into your hand. Um, the effectiveness of this card is really going to uh, going to hinge on a couple of things. Uh, are there certain cards that you absolutely positively, when they die, you want to immediately get back? I could see that. Um, kind of wish this was um, put the target into play. I just forcing you to take another action just kind of sucks to me, but we'll see if this sees some level of play in Saga. Next is another new card. This is Revealing Roots. This is a level 3 uncommon. Spend order. Target up to 3 characters. Heal each target. I mean, this is wonderful for mass healing. Um, you are going to have, you can heal up to 3, and so you don't have to, you can heal just 1 if you wish, or 2. Uh, but obviously it can heal up to 3. So the decent healing card. Again, as an older player, I like the wound prevention over the healing, only because it doesn't take away tempo. Speaking of prevention, sacrifice. This is a common level 1 cleric action. That is it's a reprint. React. Before your target character suffers wounds, this character suffers a wound. Reduce the wounds the target suffers by 1. Um, it's the same ability that you see on Tyler Ruskin. Um, it is a, a famous ability. Um, it's been around for a very long time. Um, this is really good on warlord warlords that are clerics, that you can redirect the damage from one of your frontline characters to it, or to an important beater that you've got on the front line. Um, and you can put it on your warlord and go, I'm safe back here. And maybe you have a way to heal it later with a medicine check, etc. Um, but this being able to basically redirect the wound to something else on your team is very good for maintaining tempo. Next is another new card. This is Shield Ruin. The level 4 cleric action order. Equip a simple shield token to your character. Um, this card is a level 1 classless physical shield item with the ability Destroy React. Before this character suffers a wound, reduce the wounds by 1. Spend React. After target character is targeted by a range strike, cancel the strike. So the simple shield here is in effect basically an item that does the protection. Um, the order does not spend, so being able to put this on a character without sort of preemptively, it's like, hey, I want to keep this one alive, is good. But the bad part is it only affects this character and no other. Um, I did, I also kind of like the fact that you have a way to cancel range strikes. This is, unfortunately, is only um, semi-useful. Not all decks are going to deal with range strikes. The next to last card in this batch is Solar Ray. This is a level 3 cleric action that is also a radiant. Order. Target character within 2 ranks must succeed with a will save. DC 8 plus this character's skill or suffer a wound. Undead suffer 2 wounds instead. Um, DC 8 plus this character's skill. So, again, if you're targeting a warlord, a cleric warlord, you're looking at like, say, I'd say 7 to 10 skill. So, it's like between 15 and 18 um, to pass the will save. Having the ability to wound um, with a card like this is fine. The biggest problem is it must be within 2 ranks. So it's basically the distance of a range strike. Um, so uh, I could see it useful in some metas, but at this point, I don't see it's currently a main deckable card. And the last card is the one that I am that I was most excited about at um, from the preview decks, and then probably the actual demo decks. This is Spiritual Weapon, which is also the background art. This is an uncommon level 2 cleric action that's also radiant damage. Order, perform a melee strike with a bonus equal to this character's level. This character gains reach for the strike, which means it can hit a character an additional rank away. Um, what is very important about this card is A, get to perform a melee strike without spending. That's the first thing that's important. Second, it gains a bonus equal to um, um, this character's level, so it it gains an additional bonus, and then it gains reach, so I can hit something a rank farther away. Um, so I think it's a really neat card. We'll see how much it gets used, but it's very powerful for what it can do. All right, and that was the cleric actions. Uh, what did you agree with? What did you disagree with? Is there anything here that maybe I missed? Um, make sure that you like, comment down below with with those thoughts. Make sure you subscribe so you know when the next video goes live. And until next time, no matter the game, there is no escape from the tiger.